Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Find a quiet place, take a slow breath, and imagine something very small in your hand. It is only 2 pieces of glass, but it can change a whole life. It can help a person read a book. It can help a grandmother see a child's face. It can help a worker see tiny letters. It can help a student learn. Today, we are going to hear the real story of glasses. Not drinking glasses, my friends. Eyeglasses. The little windows for our eyes. This is a story about light, books, old monks, clever glass makers, and one quiet invention that changed the world. Long ago, life was not easy for people with weak eyes. There were no eye doctors like today. There were no shops with many frames on the wall. There were no small cases in bags or pockets. If a person could not see clearly, life became difficult. A farmer could not see small seeds well. A worker could not see fine tools well. A reader could not see words on a page. And in old times, this was a very big problem. Because books were rare, writing was important, and learning often lived inside small black letters. Imagine an old man in a quiet room. He has a book in front of him. The book is heavy. The pages are made by hand. The letters are dark and small. The old man moves the book closer to his face. Then he moves it far away. He closes one eye, then the other eye. He tries again and again, but the letters look soft and cloudy. His hands are strong. His mind is clear, but his eyes are tired. He wants to read. He wants to learn, but the page will not open for him. For many years, people searched for a simple answer. They looked at clear stones. They looked at water. They looked at glass. They noticed something strange. When light passed through a round, clear object, things could look bigger. A word could grow. A line could become easier to see. This was not magic. It was light. But to people long ago, it must have felt like magic. A small stone could make tiny letters become large. One early helper was called a reading stone. It was a smooth piece of clear glass or crystal. It was round on top and flat on the bottom. A person placed it on a page. Then the letters under the stone looked bigger. Monks used stones like this when they copied books. Monks were religious men. They lived quiet lives. They prayed, they read, they wrote, and they copied books by hand, letter by letter. This work was slow. It needed good eyes. So a reading stone was a wonderful tool. Now imagine a monk in a cold stone room. A candle burns beside him. Outside, the night is dark. Inside, the page is pale and still. The monk bends over the book. He places the reading stone on the page. Suddenly, the letters become larger. He smiles a little. His work can continue. The stone does not sit on his nose. It does not have arms. It is not glasses yet, but it is an important first step. It is like a small bridge from darkness to clear sight. The story also needs people who studied light. In the old world, many wise people asked questions. What is light? How does it move? Why does glass change what we see? In the Arab world, a great thinker named Ibn al-Haytham studied light and vision. His ideas traveled slowly across countries and languages. Later, scholars in Europe also studied lenses. A lens is a shaped piece of glass. It can bend light. It can make things look bigger. These ideas were quiet seeds, and one day, those seeds would grow into glasses. In the 13th century, Europe was changing. More people wanted to read. More people worked with writing. More people used records, letters, and books. In churches and schools, Older men needed help for their eyes. Many people could see far away, but they could not see close words clearly. This often happens when people get older. Today, we understand it well, but in the past, people only knew this. The page became harder to read. The work became harder to do. Then the story moves to Italy. Beautiful Italy, a place of towns, trade, art, and glass. In northern Italy, people knew how to make fine glass. They made cups, windows, mirrors, and small, clear objects. Glassmakers were patient people. They worked with fire. They worked with sand. They shaped hot glass with careful hands. They understood that glass could be beautiful, but some of them also began to understand something more. Glass could be useful. Somewhere in Italy, around the late 13th century, a clever person had a new idea. One lens helped one eye. But what about two eyes? What if two small lenses were placed in front of both eyes at the same time? What if they were held together in a frame? This simple thought was powerful. Two round lenses, two small rings, a little bridge between them, and suddenly, a person could hold this tool in front of the face and read with both eyes. We do not know the name of the first inventor. This is one of the mysteries of history. Some people later told stories about one man or another man, but historians are careful. They say the first true eyeglasses probably began in northern Italy in the late 1200s. The name of the inventor is lost, but the gift remained. Sometimes history forgets a person's name, but it remembers what the person gave to the world. The first glasses were very simple. They did not have arms that rested on the ears. They did not sit comfortably on the face like glasses today. They were two lenses in round frames. The frames could be made from wood, bone, horn, or metal. The two parts were joined together. People held them by hand, or they balanced them on the nose for a short time. They looked strange, but they worked, and that was enough. Imagine the first old reader who tried them. Maybe he was a monk. Maybe he was a teacher. Maybe he was a rich merchant with many letters to read. He lifted the small new tool to his eyes. He looked down at the page, and the words came back. The dark marks became clear again. The page was no longer a fog. It was a door to stories, laws, prayers, and ideas. Can you imagine his feeling? Maybe he laughed softly. Maybe he cried. Maybe he just whispered, "Thank you." News of the new invention began to spread. Slowly at first, then faster. People talked about these little glass eyes. Some called them spectacles. They were strange and wonderful. They were useful for older people who needed to read close words. They gave extra years of reading to scholars. They helped workers continue careful work. They helped people stay connected to knowledge. In a world without electric light and easy books, this was a very big gift. There is a famous story from a man named Giordano da Pisa. He was an Italian friar. A friar is a religious teacher. In the early 1300s, he spoke about eyeglasses. He said they had been invented not long before. This tells us something important. By that time, people already knew about glasses. They were new, but they were real. The little invention had stepped into history. At first, glasses helped mostly people who could not see close things well. These glasses used convex lenses. Convex means the lens is thicker in the middle. It makes close words easier for many older eyes. But not all eye problems are the same. Some people can read close words, but they cannot see far things clearly. For them, the world far away looks cloudy. A face across the street is not clear. A sign on a road is not clear. These people needed a different kind of lens. Later, glassmakers learned to make concave lenses. Concave means the lens is thinner in the middle. These lenses helped people who could not see far away well. This was another important step. Now glasses could help more people, not only older readers, but also young people with far sight problems. A child could see the teacher's writing. A worker could see across a room. A traveler could see the road better. The world became sharper for many eyes. But glasses still had a problem. How could people wear them easily? Holding them by hand was not comfortable. Balancing them on the nose was not always easy. Some glasses pinched the nose. Some were tied with ribbons. Some had handles. Some were heavy. People wanted glasses that stayed in place, but it took a long time for this simple problem to be solved well. Step by step, frames improved. Makers tried new shapes. They used lighter materials. They made better bridges for the nose. Much later, glasses got side pieces that rested near the ears. These side pieces made glasses much easier to wear. Now a person could read and use both hands. A writer could write. A tailor could sew. A scientist could look at tools. A person could walk and see clearly at the same time. It sounds simple to us today, but this small change made daily life much easier. Then another big change came to the world: the printing press. In the middle of the 15th century, books became easier to make. They were still special, but there were more of them than before. More books meant more readers. More readers meant more tired eyes. And more tired eyes meant more need for glasses. In a quiet way, books helped glasses become more important. And glasses helped books become more useful. They grew together like two friends. Think about that for a moment. A book needs eyes. Eyes need light. And sometimes eyes need help. Without glasses, many older people had to stop reading. They had to stop writing letters. They had to stop doing careful work. But with glasses, they could continue. They could teach. They could study. They could share what they knew. Glasses did not only help the eyes. They helped memory. They helped learning. They helped wisdom stay alive. Over time, glasses traveled across Europe. They appeared in paintings. They appeared in shops. They appeared in the hands of scholars and merchants. Some people even saw them as a sign of learning. A person with glasses looked serious, careful, wise. In some old pictures, saints and scholars wear spectacles. This shows how important glasses became in the world of reading and thought. But glasses were not perfect. Every pair was not made for one special person like today. Many were made in simple strengths. A person tried them and chose the pair that helped most. There were no modern eye tests, no machines, no bright letters on a wall. A seller might bring many pairs. The buyer would try one pair, then another pair, then another. When the words looked clear enough, the buyer chose that pair. It was simple, but it was better than nothing. Centuries passed. The world became busier. Cities grew. Science grew. Medicine grew. People learned more about the eye. They learned that each person's sight can be different. One eye may need one kind of help. The other eye may need another. People learned to make lenses more carefully. They learned to measure sight better. Glasses became more personal, more exact, more comfortable. In the 18th century, another famous name entered the story: Benjamin Franklin. He lived in America. He was a writer, printer, scientist, and inventor. As he became older, he had two problems. He needed one kind of lens for reading, and another kind for seeing far away. Changing glasses again and again was annoying. So he helped create bifocals. Bifocals have two lens parts in one pair of glasses. One part helps with close things. The other part helps with far things. It was a clever idea for a daily problem. This is the beauty of the story of glasses. It is not one big moment only. It is many small moments. A reading stone on a page, a glass maker shaping a lens, a monk reading again, a frame maker trying a new bridge, a scholar writing about light, a printer making more books, an inventor joining two kinds of lenses. Each step was small, but together they changed human life. Today, glasses are everywhere. Some are round, some are square, some are black, some are gold, some are light like air. Some protect eyes from the sun. Some help people use computers. Some help children see the board at school. Some help grandparents read messages from family. We can buy them in many styles. We can choose frames that show our personality. But behind every pair, there is a long human story. So the next time you see a pair of glasses, look at them with new eyes. They are not just plastic and glass. They are a bridge across time. They carry the work of old glassmakers in Italy. They carry the quiet patience of monks with books. They carry the questions of scientists who studied light. They carry the needs of ordinary people who wanted to see their world clearly. Glasses are small, but their story is very large. And maybe this is why the origin of glasses feels so special. It began with a simple human wish. I want to see. I want to read. I want to work. I want to understand. That wish is still with us today. Every time someone puts on glasses and the world becomes clear, the old story begins again. The letters sharpen. The face becomes bright. The road becomes open. And the person smiles because sight has returned. Thank you for listening, my friends. I hope this gentle story helped you enjoy English today. You learned about light, lenses, reading stones, and the first glasses. You also practiced calm English with simple words. You are doing very well. Keep going, little by little. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, write a comment, and subscribe for more easy English stories. Tell me what real story you want to hear next. I will be very happy to share another peaceful journey with you.